has owned and operated Nalu University, the Midwest's only ASI-accredited stand-up paddleboard school, since 2010. She has a PhD in learning and development. And lastly, Rusty Deane was a competitive sailor, but in the last several years he has shifted his focus to masters swimming and paddleboard racing. He is also the president of One Link Technical Services.
Couple questions before I get started here. First one, who's been drinking? All right, good. Thank God. Second is, how many of you guys out there have ever been on a stand-up paddleboard? Okay, not bad, not bad. Good, good. All right, well, let's get started. Hello and welcome. My name is Bill Cochrane and I am the owner of Nalu Stand-Up Paddle and Surf. Nalu, which means wave in Hawaiian, has locations in Rocky River and Marblehead. Joining me this evening are fellow Nalu paddlers Lynne, Nagy, Brian Willse, and Rusty Deane. Stand-up paddling in some form or another has been around for thousands of years. Cultures from Africa to South America use boards with a long stick to fish and travel. Duke Kahanamoko, the Ochoa brothers, and John Zapaki, right there, brought beach boy surfing to the shores of Hawaii in the 1940s. Blame it on Laird. Big wave surfer and waterman Laird Hamilton has brought stand-up paddling into the mainstream. Laird and some of his fellow watermen would paddle to stay in shape when there was no surf. Laird is responsible for helping stand-up paddling to become the fastest growing water sport in the world.
Kids, stand-up paddleboarding comes easily and naturally to children. This photo was taken at our first annual Whiskey Island Nalu Festival and Race last August. We had 25 kids participate. Paddleboarding provides excellent water awareness and fun learning opportunities. Oh. That's Laird.
Talk about Laird again.
Okay, well, Laird. Okay. Then we're back at kids. Okay, all in. Nalu University is an accredited ASI school offering children's programming, lessons, rentals, board meetings, corporate outings, fitness, and much more. We're all about inclusivity. Here's a shot of a Cleveland teacher and her students enjoying their first stand-up paddleboard lesson at Windy Park. They loved it.
Everyone on board. I've always said one of the biggest reasons that stand-up paddling is such a dynamic and fast-growing sport or activity is that almost everyone can do it. We are working to eliminate the word almost. Watch for the Nalu Adaptive Program coming this July.
Celebrate. Here's some of our Nalu crew at Wader Beach celebrating Labor Day. Our water provides plenty of challenging and ever-changing conditions. The wind and waves make for opportunities to learn a variety of skills to keep things fun in Lake Erie. As we say at Nalu, if you're not wet, you're not trying. Paddleboard yoga is an excellent way to push your limits, build confidence and core while experiencing new perspectives of our water, shoreline, and sky. Taking one of our paddleboard yoga classes offers a unique opportunity to connect to your board, body, and the water in new ways.
Competitive racing usually consists of 3, 6, or 8 mile lengths and can take place on lakes, rivers, oceans. Long distance races can average 20 to 30 miles, and extreme races can cover hundreds of miles over multiple days. There's also a professional circuit that professional racers can go and compete around the world. I'm touching something. I don't want to go blind here. Like the song says, there's no surf in Cleveland, right? That's not the case. This actually took place a week ago Sunday at Edgewater Beach. near a spot that we call sewer pipe. I think Kyle would know why.
The Great Lakes have more coastline than the east and west coasts combined, the U.S. shoreline, excluding Alaska. There are endless places to explore, and a lot of these places are right here in Cleveland. Go Browns. Let's not forget the rivers and smaller lakes that surround us. There are places to launch in every direction. We all spend a lot of time on the Rocky River, but don't forget the Chagrin, Black River, and Grand Rivers, or the Hinckley, Ladue, and Chippewa Lakes, just to name a few. There are places everywhere you look, you can launch a board. In the last two winters, the Great Lakes have seen near record ice coverage, and Lake Erie has seen over 95% on both of these last 2 winters. So even in these extreme winters, we found a thawed spot to paddle. Thanks to the Cuyahoga River and the steel mills putting out hot water, we were able to find a nice stretch. So when the polar vortex actually came, and even the Cuyahoga was covered with ice, we improvised and found that our boards were great in the snow. It wasn't totally safe, but it was fun. And we broke Bill's board, so really excited.
No trees were hurt.
So stand-up brings so many people together that have the love for the water, the camaraderie, exercise and sport. We paddle with our spouses, our children, our partners, our parents. It's a sport and the water that really brings us all together. Problem is, as we spend more time on the water, we become keenly aware of our surroundings, both the good and the bad. From the morning sunrises and the scenic natural views on the lakes and rivers, to the floating condoms, affectionately called Lake Erie jellyfish, to the algae blooms as well. We realize that our compromised water systems is not just someone else's problem.
I've spent the first 50 years of my life right next to Lake Erie and the waters that flow into her without a vehicle to experience all of her beauty, serenity, and awe. Stand-up paddling has brought me to the water, a water we need to take care of. We have an unbelievable resource, a resource that is rich with recreational opportunities, but we can't take it for granted. We have some fantastic organizations that share our love and concern for our waters, just a few of them here. We need to continually work in tandem to improve the water's quality and accessibility so that it may be enjoyed for years to come. Everyone can get involved. Join one of those fantastic organizations fighting for our water. Volunteer at a beach cleanup. Reduce your use of plastics. Leave the beach and water better than you found it. Footprints and paddle strokes is all we leave behind. I'd like to say thank you, and we'll see you on the water. A special thanks to photographer Billy Delfs, who did a lot of these pictures. He was also named earlier with the Mitchell's Ice Cream. Monica Updike, Jeff Mansell, and of course GoPro for many of the pictures you saw this evening. Thanks.